back again. 9:48. 9:48. October 2nd. When we blew a hole in 4 different layers of this construction of dimension. This is the part where you go, and me and Mim didn't we, Mim? We told everybody, we need to speak to your manager. We need knock, 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 knock. Whoever says that they're in control of this planet, we need to speak to you. We've been telling you this. Knock, 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 knock. We need to speak to your manager. Knock, 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 knock. We need to speak to your manager. 'Cause, look at that. What's awesome is that it's even showing up on the blue. Let me show you on the red. I was downstairs doing something else. It's intense right now. I know, y'all know. And because we're getting down to the end, this energy is popping off because of how we blew a hole in this sucker. Look at that. I mean, we knew we did. See, it was like a, see? Boom. And then watch this. Watch right over here. Boom. It's the last of that. It's the last of that antimatter. Lord, we've been waiting for this forever. And this is what the ring of fire and the eclipse. See, but that right there, boom, it blew out that whole, all their bullshit. It's all the bullshit because it was all attached to one big, see, it even looks like a web releasing. Look right, watch right here. All of their timelines, all of that was built in one big layer, just like, I mean, because that's how it works. We just had a layer that went way further out, and the entire collective since 2017 has been course correcting for what's happening right now, because when we blew out, because we ascended out of the planetary system completely. Not only that, they didn't help us at all. So they were stacking everything on top of all of us that were doing this the whole time. But, I mean, these were divine timelines too. Like, but, I mean, and see, my chart, that's what my chart looks like. It's a gun from Libra shooting it straight over to Aries. And then that Aries Alpha Draconic 12 to 16 degrees right there, that's notice 44 in the wheel, which if you have, that's notice 2. Notice 1 is over here. That's where the Libra template is. The beginning degrees of Libra, where where the sun just came out of. These are the new timelines that we connected, because we's controlling all this. We've been controlling all this. We've been waiting for this. We just didn't know how far out we was gonna jump. But on this first one, it was 4 dimensions. Stop. My dog's licking me. Okay. Also, with this stomach stuff, like, you might be, what we've noticed on this last piece, because you really are clearing the land and stuff too, is you might be like really constipated for like 3 or 4 days, or like all of us feel super bloated right now. And it's just because we just came out of a shock, and there's, because of how the human body was set up in this crazy mess down here, we're all processing all of that stuff through our fields, and we're processing a lot in these layers, you might be we've all had it to where at least it's two different times over like a 3-week period that you get constipated, and then you don't even kind of realize it, and then it I mean it starts hurting. And then you'll have, once it clears, then you have diarrhea, boom, and then you're fine for like a week and a half, whatever, because it's hitting, that other piece. So that first time it happens, it's triggering the second set to show up, basically. And since we're traveling so far, because we are, and we're clearing so much space, what we've all noticed is that that's how it's working right now within the system of the body for the collective. And everybody's having little bouts of this. That is what it is. That is what it is. How are y'all doing? I don't want to show. Anyway, we can look at the other one. I didn't look at the other one yet. I just wanted to come on and show y'all I'm just keeping up with it the way it's coming in with the story. We had, I mean, how many plane crashes did I report today on TikTok? Like, it was insane. Some of them happened earlier in the week, but still, understand that planes, trains, and automobiles became a big effing deal down here for quantum reasons that most people did not understand, which is how they were able to get away with it for so long, because they were the only ones that were controlling high dimensional travel of any sort. And if you really think back to it, it all started with Reagan and Biden with that one thing when they started fucking with the pilots. So all those, and why those military planes, they got them flying, all those crazy little weird whatever, is because they were attempting to grid terraforming, because those lanes are literally quantum money lines, is how they had it set up. All on us, by the way. So, like, their shit blew up. We went sonic, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why all the planes are crashing. Because they're up there flying a pattern, praying that it's just going to pull just because it had happened before. But no. Like, you lost your gravity a long time ago. Y'all just hadn't figured it out yet. And this is divine intervention where we can change the gases, because all of us that are ancients were hybridized down here in order to make all your gases, and we know it. It just pumps through our field. It's why we were hybridized and it was allowed to be happen down here, because this is literally what we're having to do in order for everybody to stay conscious and for this shift to happen like this. Because we really are traveling through, we're basically blowing holes in space-time that didn't have, let's just say it kind of had a bunch of strings. And so all those puppet strings never really, kind of like the inside of a piano where the strings are, right? The sound comes out of there. But in these degrees of Libra, it was kind of like the strings on the inside of a piano. And this time it's like entire space engulfing up on itself to jump humanity out of whatever the F balls that was. Man, it's happening. We've had other reports come in, some pretty funny. I wish I don't have that magnetosphere one where it shows. If y'all know where to find it, I went I'm not guided to go searching for it because other people are posting the ones where everything's blowing out, man. Wow. See, what I was starting to see on this one is because it's one, two, see, you've got three right there, but there's two distinct nodes right there. But that 3-dot alignment, that's an Egyptian scroll alignment. I have this in my Egyptian layers, and it's what makes me a little bit more special is because those 3 dots align with time counts of things like the horses getting here. Because, you know, the horses came, just appeared because the Indians needed help. And our lines were always the ones that kind of like the unseen energy that was always utilized in order to make those things happen whenever the human race needed it. And so I'm in that horse line because I had the DNA from the Clio and all that. I had all the keys, right? So that's also why terraforming bodies and stuff and all that just is a part of how my machine works down here because of the ancient parts that I have connected to everything. If that helps people understand what I've learned to know about myself, because I am a trip. I am a freaking trip, that's for sure. I trip myself out because, Lord, I haven't really had time to... Somebody was trying to communicate with me today, and they went, "What's your occupation?" I kind of got blown out of the fucking matrix and blown out of your planet. I had to wake up in 2017 to plant the space that you're breathing on and make sure everyone's been breathing. What is my occupation? You tell me. So funny to me. So, by the way, if you're going to approach me, don't ask me that question. Occupation. Y'all kind of stole all my lives and erased me from the entire matrix system so many times that even when I tell you what my occupation was, you don't have any proof of it in your system. So you therefore think that I didn't have my own company and do whatever. I mean, it's shit like that in my world. That's why I had to change my name too. I had to change my name because everything was on that Chris whatever system, and the Antichrist had a field day with that crap. Look at that. It's a trippy time right now. I think that's all I'm gonna... Oh, we already saw that one. These are boring because they don't do anything fun. I need to know what website to watch that. Oh, wow, look at that. I see a whole lot going on in there. Woo! You might be getting lightheaded. It's because there really is. And if you want to look up Comax, Comax, and look at that. Hold on. And literally, I see two beings right there, like jumping. Just hold on. Exactly. Wow. Look at that. That's a new Fibonacci sequence right there. Oh, yes, it is. And look, there's even something. Look, it's a little pine cone. Or a little baby. Oh, shoot. I even see like an Arcturian being now that I'm staring at it. Whoa. See? See how it even works? You see, this is so high, and I see an octopus now too. But this energy right here is birthing, and so it looks a little. You'd think that this is the highest frequency right here, but no, it's going to be in the middle. But see, as soon as these frequencies start being made, this is what comes. Like, it's just physics, how it works. But I mean, that's a great example. And so that's why in your minds and what's going on right now around you, as long as just stay balanced and don't like get ultra emotional about anything right now, and you'll be fine. Just don't let yourself get too excited about anything either. Like, and don't let yourself get too emotional. Like, don't just freaking whatever comes to your head, just be like, I'm not even gonna look at the world really again. It's kind of like it's Christmas. It's Christmas right now, and you might as well not even think about work again until after New Year's, right? I mean, because once Christmas rolls around, everybody's out to lunch, right? Okay, well, right now we're out to lunch. Is like, let's just wait and see what happens on the other side of this fucking ring of fire. Because that's what's happening. The Antichrist is getting thrown in the ring of fire, and it is all happening right now. Open it up, everything. The last of the antimatter's coming out, and boom shakalaka, bye bye birdie. Wow. This whole thing's been a trip. A trip and a half. All of us that are sun children, oh man, don't mess with us. Please don't. Because we didn't know that we could do all this either, FYI, until everyone in their freaking cult family showed up on a horse against us. And we learned really quick. See, because down here it's line, see. Well, there's 4. Well, there's a lineup. Boom. 1, 2, 3. And then there's a mirror lineup right there. But see how I don't know, I'm seeing something right now. I mean, we did shift through a triangulated Stargate. What's that? Right there. Because that mamma jamma is what's creating that static and that static. And see, this is what I was seeing crawling on my ceiling. I swear to God, that's what I was seeing. That's what it looked like on my ceiling last night. That exactly like that. Well, and there's a... Man, it looks like we're shooting like that. Like that. Be more right to look at it like this. from our perspective. See, and we really did have to like rope this energy. We had to kind of like rope it. See, that is what's causing that. Oh, now that I got this upside down, I want to look at something. Let's go look at these upside this direct. See, boom. Exactly. The adjacent blowout was right here. Yeah. Virgo. Again, no matter which way you flip it. See, because the Alpha Draconic, their black hole was 5 to 9 degrees of Virgo. And so basically, they's making it bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And we were like, boom. We blew the whole load. We shut the whole mamma jamma down from the root and took over all their abilities, because all of us, that's what we've been learning how to do, is create reality. That's what we were here to do. They were always stealing it from us. Wow. I want to look at the blue one. That's my favorite part. Because it looks like, well, maybe that's why I kept seeing, because what I've been, well, that blew out Aquarius. Yes, that blew out that, because, yeah, the whole thing, gone, baby, gone. For real, for real. Wow. Cause see, Aquarius was all written on bullshit bot timelines, whatever, 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 whatever. You gotta like prove that shit in the new energy. It's not. Was that it? Blue out Aquarius, it glitched because we went boom, boom, because this blue is a different layer. Wow. And it even starts looking like a C right there. And then that in Oxford, that plant blue is like, really? Because we really were the real Harleys. We really were. That's why they buried us underneath Alcatraz. That's why Capone's vaults were down there, because us seeds had to birth out over their prison system. That's where that, any of us that are from the heart and from the government Sierra dimensions that are like super soldier DNA and shit, which is all your ancients, by the way, and variations thereof. You can even see right here, you can see the actual, because we're clearing that whole screen. But that's where the divine feminine would always birth from, and then you'd have to birth out of that too, literally. And then they had all these systems set up on the warlock lines, and because everyone forgot who they were, because they had kept gassing everybody, blimping you out, taking you unconscious, blah 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 blah, blah, just doing it to the whole world, just like we're doing it right now. We're just the ones conscious this time that is all going down, and the whole world's finding out as we're doing it, as it always should have been done. Wow. It just blows, it really does. It blows my mind. I mean, because hell, literally. I mean, my crew was trapped in the little false China sun, too. Lord have mercy. We have walked this whole thing. Lord, do we have some stories to tell? And what's cool about it is that it's working properly to where it's just manifesting in the reality. So now it's more like when things start catching on, it's like, okay, what DNA line's talking to me through the people now? It's such an interesting time for this is like the Renaissance has started, because no matter what abilities you think you might have, and no matter how powerful you think any entity or being is in the higher consciousness, oh, just hold on a minute, because because all of us are working together developing the rest of the lines, and now we're back connected into the planet and all the grid systems, including the new tech. Everything is connected the way it should have been, always connected in my body and taken apart and re-engineered. And now we got bunches of bells and whistles too, because we've been through the grinder. Literally. Good God Almighty. Lord have mercy. But those are the Harley lines. And especially my Detroit crew. And then the rest of the Hardens, they be the ones wearing the masks, I think. Because I don't know any of them. They never showed up in my world. But not face to face, they didn't. But holy macaroni. Because all of this eclipse is being moved literally because of the burial of John Wesley Hardin. He was buried in El Paso. And there was even a big thing about moving his bones, because there's something about that. Because John Wesley Hardin was my great-great-grandfather. And there's something about that whole line within the super soldier program and the government, see, because Gary Wayne was who was said to be my sperm donor, who didn't know I existed. See, I was hidden down here. My dad didn't even know I was here whenever he was here. And then they killed him in prison with mustard gas. Mustard gas. This is how you know. Because it wasn't 1960. This was 2007. And then my handler Mark ended up in that same prison. And then I ended up basically at one point going to visit him in there, and Mark was only doing 6 years for DWIs, but he's in the lifer unit where Gary was. Shit like that. Because they were doing warlock, voodoo, all this crazy crap with the prison system, and the prison system was all involved, are you kidding me, with the entire Masonic infrastructure of how they were handing out contracts to people. That's how it all ended up in the hands of the mafia. That part. Because we were the lines that were always in there getting set up, or all our men were getting arrested just so they could keep cages on us, because that's how it worked and they fucking knew it. And then we didn't even know he's related to these people because they's changing our names, changing the records, like knocking you out. I mean, it's. And then if you're fully conscious and then you create what you see, which is what we are, that can get really out of hand really quick. And they made a whole bunch of us with that ability that literally, whatever you think your reality is, whatever you're being shown, it's where you project yourself and you create it for the entire fucking universe, literally. Because they threw the kitchen sink at the DNA because they were wanting to make killer suits for themselves, and then we had been through everything to be able to activate it with the planet and with the systems and with the blood and blah 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 blah. That's what even a lot of the Nazi stuff was about, if you really get down to the end of it. I mean, every single bit of everything that's ever happened down here is all because of what I'm telling you right now and what's happening right this very second. Because what you end up finding out, is that that's why these secret societies were doing some of the crazy, even though it's crazy shit, they were still, there was, some people just knew about it, I guess, before the others did. And then a lot of the karma that went down to the African American race was because of what they're doing right now. Whew. I was about to sneeze. Whew. But now it's not going to go off on the whole African American race, right? Like, that's how they had it set up. So that then the people ended up paying the price fucking no matter. Not this time. Nope. I don't know what's going to happen because we've never done this before. But everything's on plan. I know that. I know that. This is nuts. This time is nuts. Damn, crack is a helium drug. Crack. Who's on crack? Who's on crack, man? I don't know nobody on crack. I don't even know what crack looks like. I can crack your skull, though, real fucking quick. I can. If you're sending some weird energy over here, you best just turn off my channel. Stringer. ST Ringer B. What can I do with that? I can do a lot of things with a ring. I can do a lot of things with a pin. My dad learned. So if I got a ring, oh man, party's on. Sounds good to me. I can flip some B's and P's and make them sing. It's probably why I'm on here. Y'all are so retarded messing with us. I'm telling you. Like, realize that y'all are about to see some shit that's gonna already blow in your mind. That's why I don't even know why y'all are attempting to throw any weird shit at us. I mean, it's insulting is what it is. To all of us ancients, it's really at this point just absolute insulting, and it got so bad that even the underworld had better morals and a better understanding and cost for life than the rest of the fucking human race. That part. So beings like us had to come back and set up those structures to teach them again. That part too. And that goes for any beings that are attempting to do mass alchemy to help the human race. And there ain't gonna be no more little quantum magic bullshit. It's gonna blow up in y'all's faces. I'm showing you the physics, but fine. Don't believe us. Keep doing it. We already blew up your whole world 3 times. And then, because it blew up so many times, we were able to quantum jump the entire fucking human race, like, to a divine timeline. That's how important it is that we all work together. That's why we're so powerful. Because that's how important it is. FYI. And all of us that have ascended to purity to be able to hold this for the human race, you better bet your ass that we paid with a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that we've been screaming at all y'all about because it's what you were about to step your shit foot into, but nobody wanted to listen to us. But I mean, we did come from the future to come back here. We all know exactly what's going to happen next. We were the ones here to stop it all. But sure, go ahead. Try to sling some shit our direction.